Have you ever had one of those things that's super easy to fix, but you just didn't ever get around to fixing it, even though it's an eyesore that bugs you like crazy every single day? Yeah, me neither. So anyway, we bought this old home with these two nasty old return air filter grills that needed to be replaced. The grills date back to 1979 when the home was built, and we bought the home a couple of years ago just after it was flipped. And per the typical high quality flipper approach, every expense was spared. Yes, the grills were bent and there are latches missing, so to fix it, the flippers just slopped on a thick layer of flat latex paint, which is perfect for maximizing rust and for capturing dust and debris. So that's amazing. Both grills are in a short hallway that's visible from the front door of the house, and they're definitely an eyesore. So in this video, I'll show you how I replace these. Let's get to it. Our first step is to measure the inside of the air intake. We need to know the interior dimensions of the air intake so that we get the correct size when buying a replacement. And sometimes it might seem like we need to order a grill by measuring the exterior dimensions of that grill, but that's not right. You need to measure the inside of the air intake. But here's a shortcut. If you want to save time and not measure, just use the dimensions printed right on your air filters. This is also known as the nominal dimensions of the filter, which might be a little different from what the tape measure actually reflects if you were to precisely measure that filter. As long as your filters fit snugly without gaps or anything, then just use the printed dimensions in order to order your air intake replacement. Otherwise, just use your tape measure to measure the frame that holds your filter from the inside. So that's what I did, and I found this two-pack online, which is perfect for what we need. The intakes are 100% steel. They're powder coated in white with an inside frame behind the outside grill to hold the filter and the latches to hold it closed. They come in a variety of dimensions and orientations to address the most common air intake configurations. And I'll put a link below to the brand we'll be installing here if you want to check the price or even get the same product. And when ordering a replacement grill, it's super important to know that the dimensions are in a particular order so that the fins of the grate are angled the way you want. Because a 16 by 20 grill looks like this, and a 20 by 16 looks like this. So the first dimension represents the width measurement, and the second dimension represents the height. So to remove the old units, it's honestly pretty easy, but maybe a little dusty. You can see that my flippers did an extra nice job of painting the grills to the wall. So we'll need to cut that paint line with a sharp utility knife so that it doesn't damage the wall and the paint when I pull it out. So we slice around the entire perimeter to ensure it can come out cleanly. Then we flip the last remaining latch to the open position and look inside. And the one thing I'll mention here is that it's helpful to remove the grill cover if possible. Newer grills typically have a door that will come right off the hinge if you open the door all the way. The hinge is more like a hook, and you just need to unhook it from the back of the frame. But like I mentioned previously, ours were very, very old, and the hinge was permanently affixed, so the covers stayed attached. Now we look at the frame and see that there are just nails that hold the grill frame inside to the duct opening, but you might have screws instead. But regardless, either way, we have to remove those. And of course, we want to be careful not to accidentally drop anything into the vent opening because it drops down into our HVAC system. Now we slide the new assembly into place and transcribe the holes on the intake to the frame using a Sharpie so that we can attach the frame with screws. Then we drill holes into those marks and make sure that they're not going into drywall. If they are going into drywall, you may need to create your own drilled holes in the metal frame that are deep enough to reach the wood frame. And the new grill comes with plenty of long wood screws, so the project finishes fast. After securing the frame, we add the grill and then we're done. And doesn't this look better? My filter grill anxiety is finally relieved. So I'm curious, if you're going to do this, let us know in the comments below how it goes. And I hope this short video has helped you in your air return grill installation and replacement project. And thanks for watching.